next to a drinking hole is an absolute recipe for disaster. And I think that's probably exactly what happened, is they're double daring each other to walk across this river. Of course, crocodile infested. We've watched crocodiles smash full-grown zebra, full-grown topi, full-grown wildebeest here, easily weighing 500 pounds, a prey item. These giraffe, of course, are in and around about the 3,000 pounds, way out of reach of a crocodile to actually try and take a snap at. But if one of them comes and falls and cannot get up, there's every reason to believe the crocodiles will move in. I've noticed that crocodiles are drawn to struggling. What are you doing? So now they're on the edge of where the current gets strongest. One going first, the dark one again. He strides out. No, still not. Chastity, you said you've never been so enthralled with the sighting. Myself either, Chastity. I'm sitting over here in sort of the Mara Migration Control Office in the top of, at the top of where our camp is at the moment. I'm glued to the screen. I don't know what's going on. You can see that they're a little bit more careful. Where are you going? There's nowhere downstream for you to cross, you silly things. Walk across. Now, obviously, as they get a bit deeper, the resistance of the water, or the resistance of their legs against the water, increases, and that will, of course, make footing for these very, very tall animals even more difficult. Still uncertain. Don't know what they're doing. Standing there, four boys within touching distance of one another, reassuring each other just with their presence. Like I said, if one of them falls, they don't have the muscle structure to stop their heads from whiplashing. It looks like they've made it. Nita, who's only 8 years old, wants to know why are the giraffe going so slowly. Nita, quite simply, if they fall here, they run the risk of drowning. Look at this, it looks like they've made it. Another couple of steps and they're across the Mara River. This is amazing. This is an incredible sighting, everybody. For those of you just joining us from all over the world, in almost 20 years of field guiding, I've never seen giraffe cross a river or any water body at all. They must do it. Of course, giraffe have populated many areas in Africa, but this is the first time we're watching it. They're doing it very slowly and very carefully. Incredibly tall animals, very small, high center of gravity. If they fall here, if they trip, to try and keep their head above the water will be a very difficult thing. To try and climb out and be washed downstream would be even more difficult, as they can't climb very well. They've got to make sure that they are heading towards these crossing points, and that's exactly what they've done. And can you believe it? Against all odds, they've made it. 4 young male giraffe. That is amazing. Artab, you wanted to know if animals pee in the river when they cross. I certainly would be peeing myself if I was crossing this river. Yes, they do. There's a lot of fear crossing these rivers, a lot of anxiety. You see it in the ears back. They just get a tension about them, and I would imagine that would result in a loosening of the bowels and the bladder. The lead giraffe, the one now that's on the left-hand side, he had a bit of a moment just as he got to the deeper side where his bowels loosened a little bit, and that was, for me, what was giving the indication that he was a bit anxious. But look at that. First Mara River crossing of the Maasai giraffe that I've ever seen in my life, and we got it on camera for you and shared it with you. Done, and managed to cross. That is incredible. Thousands of animals die in this river. LMI, you just asked me, do crocodiles, I think, Lou, if you wouldn't mind just repeating that? Oh, hippos. Do hippos interact with giraffe? LMI, yes, I would imagine insofar as hippos interact with any other animal that comes down to the water's edge to drink. Are they friends with one another? Do they know each other on sight? I doubt it. Giraffe are highly sort of nomadic. You'll see giraffe for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, and then they'll completely... There's the giraffe that was causing all the trouble. That's the one on the far right-hand side on the bank that was causing all these other giraffe to want to cross. That is amazing. I look at them now. It's also dangerous here on these rocks. If one of these giraffes misstep and fall, they run the risk of cracking their head open on these rocks. Of course, the rocks are where the trees are. The trees are what they've come for. The leaves growing on the trees actually are what they come for. But what is amazing is the fact that these giraffes are far more agile than what you'd ever give them credit for. I mean, it's honestly it's quite fascinating. Have a look at their hooves and the way that they place their feet on these rocks. You can see that it's like walking with giant sticks on the end of your legs. Very unstable, have to be very sure of what they do. Let's go back and go and see what the sort of interaction is between these giraffe and the other male, since now we've got one giraffe, the one that crossed, now striding off into the distance. He's decided, I called you on your dare, I made it across, and I'm going to carry on with my day. Isn't that just incredible? That is properly amazing. I'm really glad that we got to share that with all of you. I didn't know what was going to happen, to be honest. It looks like they wanted to cross. There's another giraffe on the other side. They had all the sort of body language of saying, I want to cross, I need to cross. They ventured tentatively into the water and then basically crossed. Really amazing. Absolutely incredible. All right, from this amazing crossing, we're going to be sending you all the way back down to Djuma and that sort of rainy,